Have you ever found yourself quietly weeping, only to feel a wet nose pressed gently against your hand? Or perhaps you have celebrated a moment of pure, unbridled joy, and your dog responded with ecstatic leaps and playful barks, their tail a blur of happiness. These moments feel profound, as if our canine companions are tuned directly into the frequency of our hearts. It raises a question that has echoed through our long history. Can dogs truly sense our emotions? Is their comforting presence a conscious act of empathy, or simply a learned response? This moves beyond sentimentality into the fascinating realm of canine cognition. Science is beginning to confirm what so many dog owners have felt for generations. Let's explore this intricate connection. We will delve into the remarkable ways our dogs perceive our world, a world dominated by senses we can barely imagine. We will look at the scientific evidence that supports cross-species emotional sensitivity. To truly comprehend how a dog understands you, we must step into their world, a world painted in scent. A dog's nose is a marvel with up to 300 million olfactory receptors compared to our meager 6 million. Their sense of smell can be tens of thousands of times more acute than ours. While we might smell a pot of soup, a dog can individually identify the carrots, the beef, the potatoes, the faint trace of thyme. This ability is a primary tool for reading our emotions. When we experience fear, stress, or happiness, our bodies release pheromones, adrenaline, and cortisol through sweat and breath. To a dog, these shifts are as clear as a shout. They can smell your anxiety before a big presentation or detect the relief after it is finished. This is not psychic, it is biology. Scientific studies validate this. Researchers collected sweat samples from people before and after a stressful task. They presented those samples to dogs. Dogs showed more stress behaviors and higher heart rates when sniffing stress sweat. They reliably distinguish stress from calm by scent alone. Our emotional states have distinct odor profiles dogs can detect. In daily life, affection has a scent that pairs with praise and touch. Tension can cue them to offer comfort. Your personal scent is a constantly updating emotional weather report, and your dog is an expert at reading the forecast. They inhale, process, and understand your feelings. Beyond the invisible world of scent, dogs are remarkably astute visual observers, paying close attention to our face. While we read a dog's body, wagging tails and shifting ears, dogs focus on our faces in a human-like way, moving between our eyes and our mouth. They distinguish a smile from a frown. They learn the shape of our mouth and the crinkling around our eyes as signals. A wide, non-threatening smile often precedes playtime, treats, and happy vocalizations. Conversely, a downturned mouth, a furrowed brow, narrowed eyes can mean scolding, tension, or lack of engagement. Through repeated association, they build a visual dictionary, anticipate our behavior, and adjust their own. They tell the difference between a hard stare and a soft gaze. Expressive homes make dogs even better readers. Just as dogs watch our faces, they listen to our voices for auditory cues. They may not grasp every word, but they are masters of prosody, the music of speech. Pitch, cadence, and volume help them decode emotional intent. A high-pitched, lilting tone is an invitation to play. That cheerful, melodic quality, not the words, sends tails wagging. A low, slow, soft tone typically calms a dog, perfect for storms or when they feel unwell. A sharp, loud, guttural tone signals anger or warning, prompting freezing, cowering, or retreat. Research shows dogs' brains process vocal cues much like humans. Temporal regions activate to voice sounds. They process emotional tone separately from words. If your dog is anxious or overexcited, lower your voice and speak slowly and calmly. To engage them, use an upbeat, encouraging tone for training and play. Your voice builds trust, provides comfort, and strengthens the unspoken language you share. The feeling that your dog understands you is a biological reality. One key player is oxytocin, the bonding hormone. When you and your dog share a gentle gaze, both brains release oxytocin. The longer the gaze, the bigger the spike. You look with love, their oxytocin rises. They seek interaction. Yours rises more. A physiological feedback system strengthens the bond. In another study, a person alternated between fake crying and humming. Dogs approached and nuzzled the crying person, owner or stranger, with appeasing behaviors. These results move us from anecdote to evidence. Dogs truly tune into our feelings. Rooted in shared biology and history, our emotional lives have been woven together over millennia. Reading the signals. While dogs have innate capacity, their specific understanding is learned at home through observation and association. They are exceptional students of human behavior. A sigh does not innately mean disappointment. They learn it through repeated outcomes. Learning rides on operant and classical conditioning. Consistent happiness cues predict rewards. Later, those cues trigger anticipatory excitement. If pacing leads to petting, the dog learns pacing, offer closeness. Learned understanding can be fallible. Yawns or toothy grins may be misread. Years together deepen fluency. They become experts in one person's emotional language, you. An experiment in emotion, a simple test for you and your dog. Project Happiness. Sit on the floor or a low couch. Speak in a high, cheerful tone. Say, "Who's a good dog?" and "ready to play." Use open, welcoming body language. Observe for about a minute. Approach, tail wag, toy, play bow. Now shift. Adopt a neutral or slightly downturned expression. Hunch slightly. Be still. Speak softly or hum quietly. Avoid eye contact. Keep hands still for another minute. Notice if their playful energy fades and comfort behaviors appear. Contrasting the two shows how your tone and posture shape their responses. They are watching, listening, and reacting to the emotional world you create around them. The surprising ripple effect, how your calm becomes theirs. Our emotional state can shape their physiological reality. When you are calm, breathing slows, heart rate drops, muscles relax. Dogs perceive this through scent, touch, and quiet demeanor, and calm in turn. This is the principle behind therapy and support animals. Stroking fur is soothing. As the person relaxes, the dog reinforces tranquility. A positive feedback loop emerges. Co-regulation is a tangible biological process. During scary events, your projected calm can be their anchor. Cultivate calm. Mindful breathing, slow movements, and intention can soothe better than commands. More than a pet, a profound partnership. Be deliberate with signals. Calm voice, slow movements, upbeat tone when it fits, energetic gestures for play. Consistency reduces anxiety and builds trust. A comforting nuzzle is not random. It is learned from your shared history. Acknowledge the effort. A soft thank you. A gentle scratch. A held gaze. They are brilliant emotional detectives, not mind readers. Respect their space. They use scent, sight, and sound to make sense of our joy and sorrow. They are not perfect interpreters, but persistent, dedicated, astonishingly successful. They watch us. They learn from us. They adapt to us. They offer comfort without judgment and share our happiness without reservation. So when your dog rests their head on your lap, take a moment, breathe in. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.